See conflict or disagreement in how majority and minority sides will be determined?
I think it will be an interesting discussion. Of course, those of us in Kenya Kwanza, we know we have the numbers. If you ask Mbue, he'll say they have the numbers. So that is why I'm saying it will be an interesting discussion. And here also the speaker and the law will also apply in one way or another. So we'll be looking forward to see how that goes.
Honorable Mbue, you have a smile that reveals a lot.
Let me tell you, the reality is that some of these facts can be changed depending on who's making the decision.
Is it the political reality, the legal reality?
Let me tell you, the reality is this: that Azimio, One Kenya political party, has got more members elected in the last general election to the National Assembly than the Kenya Kwanza. That is the registrar of political parties will tell you.
We will confirm.
Giving you the list of all the parties that have signed an agreement with Azimio and the members of parliament elected under those parties. So clearly, as it is, the majority party is Azimio. But what was going to determine this was the election yesterday of speaker. Now that the speaker is leaning to Kenya Kwanza, I'm telling you, and that's why my colleague here said there will be interesting
But if you're majority,
there will be interesting,
you couldn't vote for a speaker.
Rulings on the floor of the House. Very interesting rulings.
If you could not vote for the speaker, how majority are you? You know some of these things. You're contradicting.
No, by the way, let me explain this. It's on paper, and that is what law is. The parties that have signed an agreement with Azimio la Umoja that is binding up to 3 months after the general election, which is 2 more months to go, are the members elected under those parties are the ones that are being counted as members of Azimio. Now, there are some of them who have made a decision and have said we want to step out. But that will only be possible after the expiry of the period that they signed. You know,
which bylaw was what, another 3 months?
3 months after the election.
Yes.
You can only come out of the coalition 3 months after the election.
2 months to go.
So there's another 2 months to go. So in 2 months' time, yes, I do agree that at that time, Kenya Kwanza will have the majority, so they will be the majority party. But as we talk now, when we are here in this show, even though they have the speaker, we have the majority. But the speaker is going to make a very interesting ruling. I can tell you this. There are two things they will do.
Then I come to you.
There are two things that they will do. One, they might choose to delay the proceedings of the House for that period to lapse. That's one option they have, and I know that because they've had those discussions. The second one is to make a ruling and rubbish the agreement of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya. And they're going to argue that Azimio One Kenya is not a political party. Yet it was passed by an act of parliament on the House where they were also serving. So somehow the speaker is going to be in a position to denounce a ruling or a law made in the same House that is presiding over. That is the only way that they can become majority. Other than that, we are the majority.
So the speaker immediately finds himself with a dilemma.
It should not be, we cannot make the ruling now and the pronunciations for the speaker, because we cannot speak for the speaker. But I think yesterday was a test for this majority we are talking about. And I think the numbers spoke very clearly. But more importantly, there is no agreement or even any act of parliament that supersedes the constitution. We have the right and freedom of association. You are free, actually, even you, Honorable Mbue, you can choose today, I'm tired, let me just work with UDA or work with Kenya Kwanza. That freedom is cemented in the constitution. I know they would want to force people to stay in those coalition agreements, but there is no agreement that supersedes the constitution. It is supreme, and anyone can choose to associate with any other political party. So I think the numbers, the pronunciation and the declaration yesterday already has spoken to who the majority is.